Hey guys, and welcome back. So, I've arrived at Caltheon, and I'm just going to be selling off some stuff before I head back outward to continue the grind. So like before, just go over here. Should I collect them into this storage? No, let's just register items. We can collect the money at a later date. So for items that sell at fairly low prices like these, I like to just sell them at minimum just because it's not really worth trying to go for the extra margins on items that sell for below 100,000 silver. Unless you're selling them in bulk, of course. But for items that only have one or two items on the marketplace, selling them at a decent price or at max price is not a bad idea. For items that have multiple items on the marketplace and haven't changed in a while, it's a little bit of a worse idea, but still not a terrible idea to try something at max price. But if you notice they haven't sold after a day or two, you might want to just take them down and put them up again for minimum. So let's also sell all this stuff, just because it's taking up weight in my inventory. See, I gained about 300,000 from that. And then let's enhance, because I've got a few other items on me. So I managed to find 3 blackstone weapons. So there we go. The Rosar Blade is now at +7. That's as high as I can get it without risking the durability. But I don't care about the durability because as a Rosar Blade, they cost about 40 to 50,000 silver, which is pretty cheap, and I don't mind paying that. Alright, so the Refugee Camp is literally just straight northwest of Caltheon. And I'll be continuing over here on my faithful donkey. God, I would love to bid on that, but I do not unfortunately have 550 million silver to bid right now. So I will have to let it pass, unfortunately. Dandies are nice, though. I really wish I had a dandy. I've got a dandy for my Mewa, but Mewa, I prefer to play Musa rather than Mewa. So I'm kind of holding out hope that I will eventually get it for my Musa. I actually just rolled Night Vendor, but I was unfortunately unlucky in getting any of the dandies on. I saw Beg's Gloves, but I've already got Beg's Gloves. Alright, there we go. So, some easy quests that I can grab around here, and then we can just go straight to the act of killing monsters. How are my pets doing? 35%? Perfect. Oops, totally missed that. So Musa's lack of accuracy on his skills is actually a pretty big problem if you're trying to level up, because it makes it harder for him to hit monsters that are higher level than him than it does for other classes. And you'll notice that sometimes I'll kind of turn my back to them and then chase, and that's because chase going forward has a collision, but going backward there's no collision. The hitbox vanishes. You can still be hit, but the hitbox itself vanishes, so you don't actually collide with other models. You also see I'm taking a fairly decent amount of damage, so I'll just do some dividing right there to get my health back. I think I've also been poisoned. Probably this witch, or one of the witches. So I want to grind here until I'm about level 40, maybe a little lower. Kill that witch, because I don't want to be poisoned again. Is someone else here grinding? Because things are starting to respawn near me. These witches, I believe, are a bit higher level than the rest of the units, apart from the giants. Giants are usually some of the highest level monsters around, no matter which zone they're in. With the obvious exception of the giants zones themselves. Kill the wizard. So the thing I like about this place compared to the Crudo Cave is it's a very straightforward grind spot. It's literally just a circle. And that'll become a little more obvious as I gain more levels and it becomes easier to kill these things. But it's just a straight circle that you can kind of move on through. You don't have to worry about messing up your rotation. You don't have to worry about doing anything wrong. You just follow the circle. And just like before, at the abandoned monastery, I made sure to grab those the extra quests in the area, just because even though quests don't provide a lot of experience in Black Desert, they do provide contribution experience, and every little bit helps. Plus they also provide stuff like potions or money, which as a new player is very important. If I was just on one of my regular characters, I might not have grabbed the ones that were out of the way, but for this character, making sure to grab all of the nearby quests is a pretty good way to earn some extra money and some spending stuff. Oh, here comes the 100%. Oh, wish I could have used it for this sturdy, contaminated butcher. Can I even hit him? Oh yeah, I can. Okay, perfect. Alright, he's dead. Thank God. Let's kill this witch because she's annoying me. Step up here. This wizard doesn't want to get hit. Wizard, you're a wizard. You're not evasive. Just move. And then as you can see, I'm coming back to the kind of little starting zone that I was at before as I complete the circle. Now my experience right now isn't great because the experience buff hasn't started yet for the weekend, which means, and because I'm not on the Alvia server, I'm missing out on fairly decent amounts of experience. I do have the XP buff going, but that alone is not enough to make up for lack of the Alvia server, as they do stack. Kill him a little fancy thing there. Do I not have a Nemesis slash yet? I guess I don't. So as you can see, once you start leveling up, your Rising Storm really starts to hit pretty hard. It's definitely one of the Musa's coolest and strongest abilities. And I can finally put another skill point into it, so that's pretty good. I would say the Musa's two core abilities when leveling up are Rising Storm and Dragon's Bite. So, Rising Storm, pretty obvious. It's got the wide AoE, it's spammable even off cooldown, does huge damage. There's a flow for it once I get a bit higher level. Dragon's Bite it's a bit more crowd control. Oh, there we go. I didn't even realize they weren't dropping their quest items. It's got a bit more crowd control, and it's got a nice kind of forward dash to it. So if I back up just a bit, it's not a huge forward dash, but it's just enough to kind of make the difference. It also doesn't have the startup time Rising Slash does. Rising Slash has a decent startup time, which Dragon's Bite does not have, which makes it pretty nice. Rising Slash is obviously still better just for pure kill everything and move on. Let's kill this witch. Oops, there we go again. Oh, come on, just out of range? Oh, that is such a... Ah, come on. Ah, there we go, S rank knowledge of contaminated dwarf. So after killing everything here, it should be a few more rotations, and then I can move on to chimeras. So chimeras are probably one of the best low-level leveling zones in the game. You're not going to be using them all the way to 50, but getting to 50 on chimeras is technically possible. I wouldn't do it. I would just chimeras to about 45, 46, and then go to Manshaws, Catfishmen, and the like, especially because Manshaws and Catfishmen drop an item that I want on this character. So because this character, I should really honestly do that thing for the Musa. I don't know why I have the UI up. So Musa, there's a way to make his dash. I can cancel the dash. And it's not actually all that difficult to do. In fact, it's super easy. I haven't done it yet on this character just because, well, I'm lazy. And my main Musa's already done it. But I should probably do it just because it makes life a lot easier for Musa. As you can see, Musa, it's very much pre-awakening about the spamming of Rising Storm. You find enemies, you spam Rising Storm. Carver, this skill, I'm using because it's one of the best ways to get your willpower back. So willpower is Musa's mana resource, the yellow bar at the bottom, right there. And Carver is one of the best ways in the game, for Musa at least, pre-awakened, to get his willpower back. I always want to say waypoints when I think WP, because that's what I normally think of, but it's willpower. So, and plus Carver, especially at low level, it's a pretty easy way to just deal with enemies. So when there's 1 or 2 enemies, I usually use Carver. When there's more than that, I use Rising Storm. And unfortunately, Rising Storm's... So once you get Awakening Musa, Musa actually gets even more AoE than that. And most of his skills gain AoE, you become like an attack helicopter. Well, if you identify as Musa, you'll identify as an attack helicopter. Kill all these things. And continue moving on. Oh, here we go. So I want to hit about 39 here, and then I can move on to really the next zone, which is the Chimeras. And once I hit 39, Chimeras, they take a decent amount of time to do, but they're also really easy opponents as soon as you can hit them, as long as someone else isn't already farming there, because Chimeras are pretty popular in the end. They are fast, easy experience. They've got a fairly easy rotation to do, give very generous experience, and it's not too far away from Marnie's lab. So that puts me up to level 37. And I might as well do that now. So one second, get over here, because these are going to try to shock me out of my plans. So where is interface? Here it is. Action hotkeys. Here it is. Mouse function 2. Apply. So just like that, mouse function 2, which is one of my mouse buttons, has been applied to that. And you can see that's just the same as spamming chase normally. However, if you hold down mouse button 2, or whatever you bind it to, I like to bind it to a mouse button because it's easy, and your auto attack at the same time, you can actually spam it. So 1 second. So unfortunately for me right now, it's trying to use my auto attack. So let's see if I can fix that. Also, it's almost time to leave the contaminated refugee camp. I'm about to hit 38, and I think I'll leave once I hit 39, like I've discussed. So really, leveling in Black as your first few characters, it's a lot different than leveling will be later on if you ever try to raise ults. Because later on, thanks to the fact that Black Desert, all the armor and accessories are interchangeable, most of your gear, with the exception of your weapons, will be switchable between all your characters. So if you've got full tri-boss gear with, you know, nice duo accessories, or even just the Osceola set, and you give that to your random level 38, 39, or not even 38, 39, your random level 14, 15 ranger, this is going to be just, oh, thank God it was in range, you will be able to really clear things. Like, my character's been 3-shotting most of these enemies I've fought throughout the entire process of leveling up so far. But if you are to use actual gear, you'll one-shot them. It's not even difficult. The AP caps are so pitifully low for one-shotting things at lower levels that, yeah, if you don't one-shot them, there's something wrong. And then with how easy it is to make a weapon plus 15, like I could probably just buy a plus 15 weapon right now on this character if I'd earned the money. That'll probably be something for around the time I hit 50, I'd imagine. I'll be able to do that. So just continue to spam. And we're already halfway to 59. Once we hit 59, we can blow this joint. Blow this popsicle stand. Also, once I hit 40, I can put another point into Rising Storm, which will make leveling even easier. And of course for Musa, once you hit 56 is when leveling really starts to become easy. Well, as soon as you get your Awakening weapon, just because Musa's Awakening is one of the best grinding classes in the game, as he's super fast thanks to Chase, and he's also got huge AoE and spammable skills. Alright, we should be about to hit it. I'll just come over here and group shot a few of these mobs. Oi, die. And as you can see, I have now pretty much out-leveled this place. I could do one more quick rotation to get most of a level, but I think I'll just turn in the quests. And be done with it all. So, turn in this quest, I don't really care. We'll also make sure to turn in all of the brand tokens I got. I got 1900, which gave me quite a bit of extra money. Wasn't expecting all of that. But yeah, apparently I picked up quite a few. And just like that, we have money. So this 2 million, I'll quickly return to Caltheon with it. And I'll use it to spend on upgrading my weapon again. At the beginning of the game, really all you want to do is upgrade your weapon, because your weapon is your best source of AP early on. Later on, once your weapon becomes harder to upgrade, once you get Pry, Duo, even plus 15 really, you'll start to upgrade accessories and armor. And armor you'll want to upgrade once you start noticing yourself really just kind of dropping off in terms of survivability. Once monsters are hitting you a few times and you're dropping to 50% health, that's when you really want to invest in armor, as that means you'll have some damage reduction. Alright, so Marketplace Direct. Let's see what I can buy with all this money. Actually, one of the quick tricks I can probably show you for... Actually, it's more expensive right now. So, weapon stones are so everywhere. Ah, come on. That you can just kind of buy them... I'll buy 5. You can just kind of buy them as you find them. So sometimes weapon stones will sell out. You will be forced to either grind for them or find them in other places. But at least early game, weapon stones are pretty easy. There we go, I've got 4 left. Nice, plus 12. Alright, that is actually really nice. So, we just gained like 20 AP right there, which is pretty big. That's a lot of AP to gain. If I had a bit more money, I would probably spend it on armor for now, as plus 12 is a decent place to leave the weapon, as well as possibly an offhand. So we'll collect the money here. We'll register the new items I got. We'll keep the armor stones this time. And also, we've got 800,000 worth of gold bars. So I should probably go turn those in. So what you do with gold bars is you find the storage manager, and you can do that with the NPC button. Storage is, I believe, this one. Yep. And if this wasn't in the way, I could do it more easily. Yeah, so that's the storage one, top right. And you find him, and you just use the currency exchange. So I feel I might as well spend this money I just got as well. Throw all the money in there. And if you go to the currency exchange, exchange all 8 of them, 2 million silver. Sweet. So, you can see I've got a few items I should probably sell here. We'll throw the rough stone in there because it's not like I need to keep it on this character. We should probably get rid of those. But for the most part, the remaining items won't really hurt me. So we'll just go back to the marketplace, buy a few more items, and then we can go off to the chimeras. So chimeras, you'll see them in a second. They're actually kind of weird looking. They are these giant metal behemoths, which they look interesting, but they're kind of out of place almost. Like they're made of scrap metal. So the items I want, ideally, honestly, if this is a duo Giath's just sitting there right there. Ideally, what you want to do with your early game stuff is kind of just buy it already upgraded. You don't really need to get it on sale. You can just buy it already upgraded. But unfortunately, let's see if I can get this for the cheap and special deals. It's about the same price. And then I can also get the strength helmet. The strength gloves. And finally, strength shoes. Strength shoes are by far the cheapest. So just like that, all my gear has progressed. All of it has some evasion on it, which is pretty nice to have. And if you're going to upgrade gear at first, focus on the chest piece, but don't get the chest piece past +5. And there's a reason for this. Pretty soon, at about level 50, we're going to get a free chest piece. And that free chest piece, so you can see it goes up by 4, whereas the helmet I've got here only goes up by 3. But we'll improve the helmet instead, because the helmet is the piece of gear we'll be keeping. So, click those, and I'll just go sell these to the stable master, the stable keeper, as well as the 50 remaining brand tokens. Actually, I think I still have money left, so I should probably spend that while I'm here. Yeah, I've got 1.5 million. So realistically, let's just buy a few more enhancement stones. We'll buy 6. Did we get them? Oh, they must have already been sold out. I don't feel like bidding, but apparently it's going to make me bid. I really hate bidding, honestly. I'm tempted to just say whatever, but oh well, you know? Not much I can do about it. Let's see if I can just buy these ones. Not enough money. What if I put it down to 4? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Alrighty, so We'll throw all these into the Rosar, as always. And all failed this time, so a little unlucky, but as you can see, the Rosar Blade's already worth 8 million silver, and all we've done is throw any random weapon stones we have into it. So we're slowly gaining in terms of... I want to stop here, I think. We're slowly gaining in terms of total value of our items. So honestly, what I should have done instead of that is I should have bought a new hornbow. I probably should have bought either a white hornbow for AP or a blackhorn warrior bow for accuracy. Now Musas really need accuracy, which means you want the blackhorn warrior bow. But unfortunately, I don't plan to PvP very much on this character, so I might end up just getting a white horn bow, because the white horn bow gives more accuracy than the blackhorn warrior, or AP rather, than blackhorn warrior bow does. And it really allows you to simply get a lot of AP early on. Now, if I did need accuracy, and as Musa I probably do, I have a few options. The Oscar set does not give accuracy except as a set effect bonus. So for that reason, I don't really have the option of getting accuracy outside my weapons and stuff. So I'm going to want Beg's gloves, but that's boss gear, which is a little ways down the road. This beautiful road covered in cherry blossoms. I'm going to want to get Azarka, but that's pretty obvious because that's the best in slot main hand weapon. I'm going to want to get probably at least a single red coral earring later on in the game, but I'm going to want at least a try. I don't want anything below a duo at the very least, and I'd probably prefer a duo or try tree spirit belt first. Red coral earrings have more accuracy, but they're much more expensive in terms of getting one that provides a decent amount of AP. And while I wouldn't mind sacrificing a bit of AP on this character because I'm so starved for AP, getting that bit of extra AP is something I really need right now. Plus, he doesn't have the money for red coral earrings. A base red coral earring, which only gives 2 AP and only a bit of accuracy, is like 15 million silver. So this character doesn't really have the luxury to be buying red coral earrings anyways. So for now, I'm probably going to get a white horn bow, enhance that to probably about plus 10, plus 15, and then I will focus on other items, such as my armor pieces. Now, armor pieces, I've got a fairly solid plan in my head of what I want to do with my armor pieces. I've got the Heavy set that I'm currently using on this character. So if I open that up, you can see I've got my nice Heavy set that I just bought. Doesn't provide much DP, but it provides a small amount. And as I slowly upgrade that, my DP will quickly soar. Once I have full duo, full tri Heavy, I will have about, I want to say about 230 AP, or DP rather. Alright, so let's post my donkey just down here because you don't want to go too high up or the chimeras will kill your mount. And here we are at the chimeras. So chimeras are, as you can see, I'm going to have a little bit of problem hitting them. And there is someone already here. Oh, it doesn't seem like I have a huge problem hitting them. So like I said, chimeras are popular. Chimeras are, they're like the #1 monster to level on if you're at this level, at around level 40. There are other options you could level on. You could go to giants, you could go to, there's a few different options. But chimeras are really the best option available. And getting level 39 before I came here was the right choice because it gives me the accuracy needed to hit them. I've come here before at like level 34, 35, and I wasn't dying or anything because they just couldn't damage me through my main gear that I had equipped, but it took forever to kill them because I hit like 1 out of every 10 times. So that was not the most fun, if I'm being honest. So we'll kill this chimera here. Hey, I got an armor blackstone, sweet. So I'll do kind of the reverse rotation. Normally you do a rotation where you kind of come up from below. But for me right now, that's not what I need to do. I just need to follow the rotation that's been opened up for me. which is just the same rotation but in reverse. Alright, the worst thing that could happen to me right now is if I'm actually taking way more damage than I think I am, and I die, because that would be embarrassing. That harpy needs to stop attacking me. There we go, level 40. This wizard needs to stop being here. This is my spot. Alright, he was here first, actually. It's my bad to be here instead of him. I should probably server hop. But because it's chimeras and we're both going to be done in like 20 minutes, it should be fine if I just kind of stay. Or if I party up. I'll try throwing him a party invite. So as you can see, chimeras are kind of this weird aberration of metal, which is pretty interesting to see. Especially given the game's fantasy leanings. Like, the game is fairly clearly Western fantasy styled. But chimeras are made of metal, which is pretty interesting to see. I mean, they don't look bad, it's just they look different from what you'd expect. Oh, here we go. Black Spirit's Rage. Alright, there's 2 orc guards over there, but I don't really care about them. They're annoying to kill, and they don't give great experience. Not compared to their chimera buddies over here. You can also see they're controlled by like a chicken, which is just weird. Just like whoever designed those things had a field day. Chimeras are a lot creepier than they actually appear at first glance. They actually do have meaty parts, I believe, which makes killing them kind of weird. But I mean, we slaughtered humans already, so it's not that weird in the end. But Marnie was a pretty twisted guy. But you'll start to like him later on, because Marnie's stones give you tons of extra, well, not tons, but they give you a very generous amount of extra experience just for grinding where you're already grinding later on in the game. So Marnie, even if he's a kind of twisted guy, and if I was actually doing the Black Spirit's quests on this character and had to go through that maze, I would really hate myself because that maze sucks. He's got a labyrinth up there. Luckily, I don't have to go through it, so yay me, you know? There is an alternate way through it, but it's annoying. This wizard, it feels like he's fairly low level. Oops, did I just like go through it? So I should probably purchase some new skills soon, but I'm really liking this whole standing here with the blood on my blade and just kind of, you know, being cool into that. All badass. Am I stuck on a rock? Alright, whatever, these die. No, I think I was just stuck in a chimera. Really do wish I could figure out what was wrong with the setup I've got. Maybe I've got a hotbar up. That could be it. I might have to hotbar it. So I'll do that once I get my next level up, because I believe that's probably a good point for me to grab some pretty nice stuff on, such as the next level of Rising Storm, as well as I believe I've got a few levels in Dragon Bite I can learn, probably some passive levels. That's right, orc, you run away, you orc chicken. Or is it a chicken orc? These are the questions that will never be answered. Not because they don't have an answer, but because no one cares. Except me. Don't worry, chicken orc, I care about you. Chimeras, I don't care about you, except as wonderful, wonderful leveling fodder. That's right, all of you die. So one thing I could do to improve my strength fairly drastically once I've got all my gear at +5, +6, is to slot it all with magical crystals. This would give me extra attack speed, a bit of extra AP, some extra health, just a lot of things that would just be generally nice to have. That is what magic crystals really do. Now some magic crystals are super expensive, like we're talking 20 million plus silver. Others, like the one we're aiming at, are less than 100,000, so not a bad price. Instead of getting a single enhancement stone, I can just get some crystals. Alrighty. So use Carver to get some extra experience from them. Well, extra WP. And we're probably closing in on 42 right now. I feel if we're not 42 already, we're closing in on it. I should probably reactivate the buff, honestly, but I'll think I might just reactivate that once I get to Manshaw's, because I'll be spending a lot more time at Manshaw's than I'm spending here at Chimera's. And as you can see, very popular leveling spot. Like, it's one of the spots that takes a bit longer because it's where the levels start to become a little more difficult to get. So you can see, yeah, I'm 40, I'm closing on 41. Let's grab the next level of Rising Storm, and Ultimate Rising Storm will be at 48. Oops. As you can see, I take quite a bit of damage if I let them hit me, because I have fairly low defenses right now. Also, I should probably just activate the buff, eh? Okay, let's... Look, I'm a bit to level up. There we are. Oh, backstep /3. Okay. So let's grab the new buff. 60 minutes. And where's the other one? Ah, come on. Trying to claim a buff, you stupid chimeras. Oh my god. I love killing you guys, but seriously, just let me claim my buff. Listen to my glorious mouse wheel scrolling. So as you can see, experience goes way up once you claim some buffs. It'd be even better if I was getting like Alvia server buff or Book of Combat buff, but I totally forgot to claim that when I was in Calpheon. And I'm not going back just to claim Book of Combat buff. If I can find a safe zone, I might visit Keplen actually after this, because Keplen is a fairly good place to go. It's I believe where the turn-ins for the chimeras are, which means I can earn pretty decent money. Also kill those chimeras chasing that person. Might as well use some of these. Oh, I can't even use the health pots because there's a level restriction. Awkward. Good thing I wasn't relying on those to save my life, because that would have been a little awkward if I died trying to spam a health potion. I won't max that, I'll just put this up. So sword training, you really want, just because it gives you a lot of extra stuff. The Tiger Blade and Blooming, I should probably grab these, honestly. No, I don't have skill points for that. It's available for quick slots, so... So that's just normal blooming. Once I get ultimate blooming later on, it'll look way more impressive. You can take my word for it. Because, yeah, let's face it, that looked pretty unimpressive. Was that a weird guild message? Did a weird guild message just pop across my screen? I didn't really see it. I just saw, something like that. Did Inf fail another enhancement? Is that what happened? Because, I mean, not that it would be funny, but we've got a Node War tonight. He can't fail too many enhancements. Oh, right, there's Node War right now, isn't there? 9 o'clock. Okay, then. I might have to cut this a little short. Well, guys, when you come back, I will still be slaughtering chimeras, just like I've been doing for the last 20 minutes. And I just hit a level up, so I mean, you know, excellent time to stop. But, yeah, we can just cut it short there. Alrighty, do the character select.